Different wave, different strategies. Now, this goes in all aspects of life, business, relationship, your body, yourself. So I was thinking about this today, and I got inspired. I was listening to one of my podcasts from Wake Up Warrior, Garrett White. He was talking about the different strategies. He's surfing, and I was thinking about that in things that we do constantly over and over, and we think we're going to get different results. So like, for instance, just talk about surfing. You're not going to be taking a small board out when it's like 20 foot plus, right? You bring a big board. You have different equipment for different situations. And I'm going to share a story. So I didn't start surfing until I was 20 years old. And I remember way back when I went into the surfboard shop. I was in Western Australia, in Perth. And I'd already been snowboarding, already been skateboarding. And I remember when I went in there, I said, hey, I'm just beginning. He goes, okay, get a longboard. And this guy, he was the owner of the shop. He's been shaping boards. He's been surfing his whole entire life. And he said, I'd recommend a longboard to you. And I said, no, I'm really, I pick up things really quickly. I don't want to be able to have to go to the longboard and then go to a shortboard and pay. And he's like, bro, he goes, I've been surfing all my life. And I said, I've already, I know how to skateboard. I know how to snowboard. He goes, it's totally different. So I still bought the shortboard. I disregarded every single ounce of what this guy's knowledge has been for his entire life for surfing, because I wanted to do it my own way. Now, I have a feeling that many of us were using the same strategies and our same beliefs in not only is this goes across your relationships and your business and how you work out and how you treat your body. You can't go in with the same strategy and thinking that you're going to be getting different results, right? Isn't this the same thing with what is it? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And I forgot, there's so many people that have said that, but if you can say it in here, I forgot who, the guy that built the atomic bomb, Einstein. Anyway, but here's my point for today. I want you to think about this as we're going into Monday, and you're going into it's Sunday back in the US, Monday here in Australia, and so I'm getting locked and loaded for our business. My wife, she's got her Women Gone Wild summit that's happening, and I want to share this, we only had business strategies that got us up to this certain level. And not that it was a bad level, but if we wanted to get different results and get higher scaling and be able to really operate from a business that we've never experienced before, we're going to have to do things differently. We're going to have to bring on different team members. We're going to have to really adjust the way that we operate, because the way that we've operated all the way before has got us the results that we're in. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but we learn from that. And for instance, I'll give you an example. So let's just go back to the surfing, because I'm on an Unstoppable Surfer and Unstoppable Family. Like, for instance, when I was going out to outside corner, when it was like triple to quadruple overhead, so like in the 20-foot faces, right? I remember trying to ride a 6'8" out there, and I was missing so many waves. And then I see some of the pro surfers that are on like 7.6s and 8.0s, and I'm like, well, obviously they know better than I do, because they are pros, I am not. So my point here today is there's got to be different strategies based on, you can't operate with the same thing and expect to get different results. The immediate time I want to meet your wife, she's absolutely epic. And if you guys want to, you can register. You can go to WGW, Women Gone Wild, WGWsummit.com. You can register for it. It's going to be the biggest women's empowerment event summit, and it's also for men. A lot of the men are mailing for this. We got a big affiliates on it. It's going to be really cool, but you can see exactly what we're doing. I'm going to duplicate this for the men, and the reason I'm going to duplicate this for the men is because I'm going to see exactly how we did it there, what worked, what didn't work, and then apply that strategy to the next round. Instead of like, let's do the same thing and doing the things that didn't work and then you try to apply it again. That's insanity, right? So it's all online. So you can we're going to be hosting it here in Bali and down in our studio there, but it's all going to be online. So if somebody can type it into the comments, wgwsummit.com, I'd really appreciate that, because I can't do it because I'm on the live, but you'll get to see it. It's going to be really cool. So wgwsummit.com. And so to go back in there, here's another thing I got to share. Like the strategy, I've been together with my wife for 23 years. 23 years. We're best buddies, lovers. We're husband, wife, business partners. I'm a dad to Hanalei. But in this last year, when we've been in lockdowns, my whole way of operating as a husband and a father got me to a certain level. But if I wanted to increase and better my relationship, I had to do things differently. And over this last year, since the pandemic and being in lockdown, I'm like, I want a better relationship. And the only way I'm going to get a better relationship, it's not by doing the same thing over and over. I got to go deeper inside of myself and grow as a human being in order so I can create a better relationship. I had to be a better father. I had to be a better husband to my wife, so my daughter can see what it's like to have a man who really cares about another woman. So like when she's 14, right? So she may be dating. I don't know what the whole thing, but I want her to have an expectation of having, if it's a man or a woman, whatever it is, it's like, don't read into this, but like whatever she decides, I want to set the expectation of you should accept nothing less, and this is how a man treats a woman. So I know this is going deep, but it's, just because we've been together for 23 years doesn't mean we've arrived. We have to keep getting better. There's no end of this journey. Yes, same for my goals and my daughters. And the only way that I can be the best father for my daughter is to be the best husband to my wife, because they're going to watch. And if I treat my wife like shit and I don't respect her and I don't love her, how is she going to think of how men are supposed to be coming into her life, right? My wife comes first and foremost. And Hanalei knows that, because she came first. And when you try to put the kids in front of the relationship with your family, it's a false relationship. So you have to build the relationship with your partner in order for your kids to this is the way that a relationship is supposed to be. So to go back into the analogy with the surfing, when it's 20 foot, I don't use the same board as what I use for when it's 2 foot, but typically I don't go out surfing until at least it's overhead. We're spoiled here in Bali. But this is the same thing also with the body. Like if you just look, this is the litmus test, right? Just look in the mirror, and if you don't like the way that your body looks like, you're gonna have to make some changes. You're like, I've been working out, I've been doing, eating healthy. Really? If you are overweight and you're not in the best health, you better start doing something differently. Like for instance, I'm 47. I can't say I'm in some of the best shape I've ever been, and it's just different things that I started doing. Like, I started cutting out carbs, and I started, cutting out drinking beer all the time, right? And I started working out every single day religiously. And the results I'm getting is a direct reflection of what I'm doing. It's not, saying, this diet doesn't work, or this workout doesn't work. There's a million different routines. Basically, eat less, eat healthier, and exercise more. It's not brain rocket science. So, if you want a better relationship with your partner, better relationship with your kids, start being a better yourself. Work on you. It's not about, and what did Gandhi say? If somebody can have be the change that you want to be, or be the change that you want to see in the world. Because if you're not becoming a better person yourself, how are you supposed to expect the other people around you? You're a direct reflection of the people that you see out there. You're a direct reflection of who you are. And so when you're blaming the president, you're blaming these COVID shots, you're blaming all these things in Afghanistan, better, start being a better person yourself and contributing to the problem versus being a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. So that's my Motivational Monday to all of you. Different strategies require, or different, like I said, different ways require different results. If you want different results, you have to have different strategies, and you got to start listening to people that have actually went through it versus somebody just trying to sell you something, and like on a coaching or something like that. So that's the word of advice for today. As always, be unstoppable. And if you want to join my wife's summit, it's wgwsummit.com. We'll see you there. It's going to be at the end of the month, 28th through October 1st. Peace, and be unstoppable.